What is up, guys? If you clicked on this video, that means your car is making weird noise when you're going over bumps. And on G35 and 350Z, it is super common. Once your car is lowered, which 90% G35 and 350Z is lowered, you will run into this problem 100%. So right behind me is my 2005 V35 Skyline, which is same as a G35. I only got 80,000 kilometers, which is roughly what, 50,000 miles? I'm not sure, but something like that. Just recently, when I drive over speed bumps and stuff like that, I have noticed a clunking noise or some sort of like a bushing gone out noise. The other day, I jacked it up, I had a look. It turns out to be one of the front lower control arm inner bushing. Look like one of these. And if you have that issue, watch to the end, because in this video, I'm going to show you the quickest way to replace this bushing. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you guys can see right here, that is your lower control arm, and basically you have your ball joint to the knuckle right here. Your coilover is connected to right here. There is your end link, and here is the inner bushing. As you guys can see, this one is bad. Like, if you look at it from the front, it's getting real close. It should be centered, but you know, you can see it's not. It's pulled right through, and as it keeps getting worse, this will be fully disattached or pulled out of the rubber bushing, and it'll start making contact with your subframe, all that kind of bad stuff, and eventually you can start feeling it real bad. So this is where the problem is, and I will be replacing this bushing with a genuine Nismo bushing. That's right, Nismo made bushing for these. So here is the part number for the bushing. If you type that in, you can find this part, and they still make them brand new. And I think I paid about $30 each. So they just look like OEM bushing, but I think there's a lot more to it. They probably use harder rubber and probably filled in there more and have less of a gap. So this will probably be less harsh compared to a poly or solid or spherical bushing. And you know, being OEM plus, Nismo probably still quite comfortable and yeah, not too crazy. So that's the other side. I don't think there is side difference. Left and right are all the same. So basically you use a gun, zap those off and hammer the bolt out. Here's a sliding pin, a safety pin, I guess you should say a safety pin here. Basically I just pull it straight and use a plier, give it a couple tap with a hammer, it'll come out. And then basically this is a 22. So I'm gonna give it a zap. So just like that, that is off now, and the final bolt is this one. So yeah, just like that, within 15 minutes, arm is out. So this bolt is the biggest one, 19. I end up just undoing the 2 bolts that's holding a portion of the what do you call it, the under tray off, so I have enough room in here to get my breaker bar. And yeah, once you break this bolt loose, the arm just comes out freely like this. So pretty easy. I'm gonna get a socket that is the same size as here. Actually, it's 30, it's not 23. So I found a 30 to be the perfect size, fitting just over the ball joint. I mean, not the ball joint, the bushing, but then still small enough to go through the arm. It's like a perfect size. So I'm gonna get this pressed out. So just like that, arm is out, and I should be able to just hammer that out. So here is the bushing, completely off center. Now I've got the new bushing. So if you look at the arm, this side got like a little ridge coming into here, whereas the opposite side is like a clean straight cut. So always press from this side where there's a little wider opening here. And also with the new bushing, well, only if you go with the Nismo one. I guess if you go with the poly one, it wouldn't have this, but you can see there's a slot here, which is same as the OEM design. So you want to have the slot facing, so if you look at the arm like this, you want to have the slot facing the bottom and up, so more like this. So you don't want it to be like this. You don't want it to be side to side, if you know what I mean. You want that little slot, that dark slot, to be up and down, because how this arm moves when it's in the car, so it'll be like this. Imagine if this is pressed and it'll be moving like this, right, back and forward. So that's going to put pressure on all the side rubber, which is having a slot up and down. If you have the slot side to side, I think you're going to break the bushing really fast. Yeah, and also put a bit of grease just on the side so you lubricate it, so it's sliding nice and easy. So I'm just doing the other arm, same here, pressing it in. You want to make sure it's like going in there straight, not on an angle. Well, in theory on the angle wouldn't go in either, wouldn't go in there anyway, but so just want to keep pressing till it's like flush with the arm. So look at that, just like that. Feels perfectly center, and that's how you press in the arm. And yeah, make sure it's the slot, it's up and down instead of side to side. And yeah, now this arm is ready to put back in. So I've done the other side, now I'm doing this side. As for the torque spec, this one is 120 to 140 Newton meters. This one, I think I did it to 85. This one, I think I did it to 85 as well, or 80. Slightly less than the end link. And this one, I think it was 95. But all of these torque spec you can find on Google. So, yep. When it comes to putting the arm back in, I would like to put this in onto the ball joint first, and then line up the arm, put all the bolts through, and you might have to like push down the suspension a little bit to line up this suspension bolt, and basically once you have all the bolts lined up, I would like to do that one first, and then the inner one, so the arm is like in there, won't move around, and then I will do the end link, but obviously all loose. You don't want to tighten any of these bolts until you have all the bolts in there, and then finally I do the suspension bolt, and just like that, everything is back together. The bushing all installed, centered. Alright guys, it's a couple of days later. Test drove the car. Everything feels mint. The front end is super solid. I can't really feel more of a, I guess, vibration or NVH from the bushing. Like it just feels like a brand new OEM bushing. So I guess you know, it claims 33% or something like that harder. But when it's a good bushing, I guess it just means it lasts 33% longer or something. Like, not like I can feel the difference between that and a brand new OEM bushing, I guess. But again, it's like the front end feels so good, super solid, just tight. If you find this video helpful, leave a like, and if you have any question, leave it down in the comment section below. And if you find this video interesting, go watch my couple other videos, because I've got plenty of how to fix up your EQ sort of video on my channel. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.